Recently, vivziepop answered why Hazbin Hotel hasn't been advertised or marketed much. In this video, I'll showcase her tweet and then get into my thoughts after. In her tweet, she says, "I can't say as much as I'd like about Hazbin, I wish I could, but trust me when I say the second I can, I will be promoting the heck out of it. I want you guys to see things as much as you do. It's been painful to sit on so much, just hang tight, I promise it'll be worth it." Her second reply says, "I'm just really glad for now I'm able to bring you lots of Helva Boss in the meantime." So basically, from what Viv has said, she's most likely under a non-disclosure agreement, so she can't discuss Hazbin Hotel or its marketing. Advertisements are probably handled by another team or company, which is why the advertising has been so poor. This tweet was likely made because of rising concerns from fans because of the lack of a proper release date, trailer, or streaming platform for the show. So with the tweets out of the way, it's time to get into my thoughts. A month ago, I did a video showcasing some of the issues with Hazbin's marketing. Since then, things have gone from bad to worse. I'll have that video linked below if you'd like to watch it, but the main point was that A24 has a unique marketing style. A24 is known for letting its indie projects thrive and giving lots of creative freedom. Instead of spending millions on extravagant campaigns, A24 prefers to let their shows get advertised via word of mouth or through viral memes. They also tend to release trailers for their shows a week before they actually air. This strategy obviously works for them because they have a selection of popular shows under their belt. However, with Hazbin, I don't think this tactic has paid off. Hazbin Hotel is in a unique position where it's been in development for about 10 years. As a result, it has this huge fan base and community associated with it. Most shows or movies don't have this until well after release, whereas with Hazbin, they have this huge audience before we've even reached the starting line. Although the fan base will hype up the show for free, it also comes with expectations. At the moment, these expectations aren't being met. The fans are angry, and Viv and the team can't say anything because of an NDA. Releasing a trailer a week before the show airs is too late, in my opinion. I think this situation has highlighted the difference between indie versus non-indie. Helva Boss is an indie project funded by YouTube views, vivziepop's Patreon, and revenue from merchandise, whereas Hazbin Hotel was funded by A24, a large company. Helva Boss has been largely successful, however there have been some hiccups. One recent example being the name debacle regarding Season 1 Episode 8. Basically what happened is during the episode, some new Hellhound friends were introduced for Luna. Their names weren't spoken in the episode. As a result, fans asked on social media what their names were. This led to one Spindlehorse artist confirming that the female poodle character is called Esme. Shortly after this tweet was deleted, random sock puppet Twitter accounts started to pester vivziepop as well. These accounts weren't fans of the show and were made this month and eventually got suspended from Twitter for harassment. However, these accounts replied under Viv's tweets many times, asking the name of the male hellhound that Luna is attracted to. Viv responded that he doesn't have a name, which annoyed these people even more. Eventually, Viv relented and as a joke said his name was Pinkley Winkleton III. The second example is to do with episode 8. I've discussed this topic to death in several videos, but basically episode 8 of Helva Boss was postponed for 2 years due to legal issues, with these issues being sorted recently, leading to the episode coming out. This perfectly articulates the issue with running an indie project. You're allowed to take liberties with the show and think outside the box with episodes or plot lines. However, as seen with episode 8, this can lead to issues where you overstep your boundaries. The season finale couldn't be wrapped up for a long time, and to many, the fact that it was released way after reduced the overall impact of the finale. Moving on to Hazbin Hotel, it shows clearly the issues with non-indie projects. Since everything is being overseen by A24 and these companies, it leads to issues regarding creative freedom. From Viv's tweets, it's apparent that she and the team are under NDAs. This has led to a situation where fans are clearly upset and frustrated with the marketing of the shows. However, all Viv and the team can do is sit back and watch as things spiral out of control. She can only give vague hopeful tweets about it because she can't elaborate further due to these NDAs. It's likely that the Hazbin Hotel advertising and accounts are run by A24 or another company. They've clearly used Vivzi's release schedule for Helva Boss, where at the end of every month a new sneak peek is shown. This is good because it keeps fans engaged. However, the show is supposedly releasing this summer, and there's been radio silence regarding a release date, a trailer, or what platform the show will be on. The sneak peeks themselves have been a dice roll in terms of quality. Previously, things were quite cryptic, with us just receiving redesigns of the hotel and the cast. These increased us receiving various GIFs of the show, showcasing scenes. These GIFs are great, however, we're at the final stretch, and there still isn't a trailer. The nail in the coffin was the most recent sneak peek for Pride Month. The image showcased Charlie and Angel Dust celebrating Pride. This was awesome, and it's cool to see the accounts supporting Pride. However, fans were expecting a trailer or something more significant. To many, it appears that the advertising team have dropped the ball in terms of marketing, and it's led to rising concerns regarding the show. With the differences between the two shows explained, it's time to get into my thoughts. The first thing I'd like to mention is that Hazbin Hotel has always had a dedicated audience. When Helva Boss came out, there were many people who loved both shows and watched Helva to keep themselves engaged in the lore while they waited for Hazbin to eventually come out. There's also a significant amount of people who have never watched Hazbin, but were introduced to the shows from Hell of a Boss. As a result, these people may care about Hell of a Boss, but not Hazbin. On the flip side, there's fans who care about Hazbin, but not Hell of a Boss. I myself know many people who fall under this camp. Vivzie's tweet illuminated that announcements are right around the corner, and with the next Hell of a Boss episode releasing this Saturday, Hell of a Boss can help fill in the gap. However, to some people, Hell of a Boss isn't really a substitute. There's been many people who've become fed up with the lack of Hazbin Hotel content. They don't really care about Hell of a Boss, and as a result, they'll just drop both series and leave. The half-baked marketing makes the issue worse, with many fans not having a clue about the current status of the show, with many knowing that the show will release this summer, but that's it. All of these issues stack onto each other to make matters worse. At least for me, I think the fact that a streaming platform hasn't been announced is a bit worrying. The Bento Box website still just says coming soon. The show is scheduled to release this summer, so likely July or August. We haven't received the trailer yet, so the chance of it releasing in July is incredibly unlikely. This leaves us with August. The show could come out in August, with a trailer in July. This leaves just 1 month of solid advertising. This isn't enough time. You want fans to have plenty of time to know where to watch the show, what platforms it'll be on, and the exact date. You want to include that with your advertising as well. It's important for the show to be advertised front and center on these streaming platforms for people to get engaged, because the way it works now, unless you're glued to your computer screen looking at the subreddits or have notifications on for everything, you're more or less left out in the dark without a clue what's going on. The show is trying to appeal to long-time fans of the series and new fans as well. Attracting these new viewers is integral to the success of the project. Advertising should have begun a while ago to attract these casual viewers. However, we're pushing into July and we don't know what platforms the show will be on. Similarly, the Hazbin Hotel website still shows absolutely nothing, meaning that the entire marketing surrounding the show appears a bit half-baked. You could put forward the argument that the streaming platform hasn't been announced because the show is having issues securing a platform. We know the show is completed with all of the scenes animated and finished. What's left is the advertising and streaming platform. Since both of these things have fallen flat, you could theorise that Hazbin has had issues securing a platform, which is why things are so dire at the moment. It's not entirely off the cards that the show's release could be pushed back to winter 2023, or the show could come out in August and will receive a trailer a week before it actually comes out. The late release of a trailer or a potential pushback would be devastating for eager fans, but this isn't entirely out of the question. So overall, I'm pretty concerned about the marketing regarding Hazbin Hotel. Myself and many fans are clearly a bit worried, and as time passes, things just get worse. I'm putting my faith in Viv and the team to deliver a great product. However, I feel like the mismatched marketing has damaged the show's chances of being successful. If you have any thoughts on what I said, or some theories of your own, let me know in the comments section down below. Thanks for watching.